Hi YouTube, this is Mike Shackelford, also known as the Wizard of Odds, and I'm here today to teach you how to play craps. And I will be doing it on the demo game found at my website, Wizard of Odds. So craps is a difficult game to explain, and there's a lot of different bets. So to keep the video to a reasonable length, I'm only going to be going over the pass line, the odds, the come bet, and the come bet odds in this video. All the other bets I'm going to have to save for another video. Let's start by talking about the pass line bet. This is a very fundamental bet to the game. Almost everyone at the table is going to be making this bet, so you shouldn't play unless you understand it. And you can play only understanding this bet if you wish to. So to help explain it, I'm going to be using this flow chart. It's very important to understand in craps that it can take many rolls to resolve a bet, and that is true of the pass line bet. It can take one roll, it can take 100 rolls, or anything in between, or more than 100. It all depends on how the dice roll. So, to start, you make a pass line bet on what's called a come out roll. And I'll explain later how you'll know if it's a come out roll is coming out or not. So you wait for the come out roll, you make a bet, and then you roll the dice. If that first roll, called the come out roll, is a 7 or 11, then you win. If it's a 2, 3, or 12, then you lose. Otherwise, if it's a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10, whatever you rolled will be called the point, and the dealer will put a lammer on the table so everyone will remember what the point is. Then the object will be to keep rolling the dice until they roll either a 7 or whatever that point is. So in this example, let's assume that the point is a 5. Then the dice are rolled again. If that roll is a 7, then the pass line loses. Is it equal to whatever was rolled on the first roll, in other words the point, then the pass line wins. Otherwise, nothing happens and you roll again. And you keep going around in this loop until the shooter either rolls a 7 and the pass line loses, or he rolls the point and it wins. And it's that simple. So let's play a little bit to show you some examples. Okay, we're back at the game and let's make a pass line bet. And this is a come out roll. And how do you know, you might ask? It's because this lammer here says off. If you see it on the black side, then it's safe to make a come out roll. So the game starts you with $10,000, so I'm going to make a pass line bet of $100. So on this demo game, you click your bet, and then you click the pass line, and left click, and that's where it will put the bet. And you can bet other stuff at this point if you want to, but I'm not going to. Then you click roll, and here we have a 7. So again, if the come out roll is a 7, you win. And the pass line bet always pays even money if it wins. It doesn't matter why it wins, it's always even money. So let's make another pass line bet. $100, roll, and here we go. Okay, I rolled a 4. So the point is a 4. The game moves this lammer here by the number 4 so we can all remember what the goal is, to roll another 4. So let's roll again and pray for a 4. We got a 5, nothing happens. Nothing is going to happen until we roll a 4 or a 7. 9, nothing happens. 6, nothing happens. 9, nothing happens. 5, nothing happens. 5, nothing happens. 8, nothing happens. 4, we win. So, and we won $100 because our pass line bet was $100. So let's go again. Make the pass line bet, roll, and now our point is an 8. So I'm just going to keep rolling until I get an 8 or a 7. And I got a 7, therefore I lost. And the game moves the lammer back here, flips it to the black side to indicate that it's safe to make another pass line bet. So let's do another one. 10, the point is a 10, so we're going to try to roll a 10. We rolled a 7, so the pass line bet lost. Okay, let's make a new pass line bet. Here we got another 7, so the pass line wins. Let's make another one. And here we got an 11 on the come out roll, so we win. Again, if the come out roll is a 7 or an 11, then we immediately win. So let's go again. Okay, here we got a 2. If the come out roll is a 2, 3, or a 12, then the pass line immediately loses. So at this point, I hope you understand how the pass line bet works. If you don't, I would review that part of the video again, but I'm ready to go on to the odds bet. And before I explain the rules of that, let me go over a quick lesson in dice probability. So in this spreadsheet, let this range represent the outcome of one die. This range represent the outcome of the other die, and the body here represent the total between the two dice. So let's count up the number of ways each of these totals can be found in the table. And to do that, let's use the COUNTIF function in Excel. So this just counted up the number of ways that the 9 can be found at this table. It said 4, which is easily verifiable here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just copy that formula for every total. And here we see the number of combinations that each total from 2 to 12 can be rolled. And this is important because what the odds bet pays if it wins is inversely proportional to the probability of it winning. And I'll get into the rules in a minute, but let me propose the question: what if the dice are rolled over and over until they landed on either a total of 4 or a 7? What is the probability that a 4 will be rolled before a 7? Well, we can see that there are 3 ways to roll a 4 and 6 ways to roll a 7. Therefore, there are 3 plus 6 ways to roll a 4 or a 7. 3 of those ways will be a 4. Therefore, the probability of rolling a 4 before a 7 is 3 divided by 9, which reduces to 1 and 3. Likewise, if the question is what is the probability of rolling a total of 5 before a 7, the answer is 4 divided by 4 plus 6, which equals 4 divided by 10, which reduces to 2 and 5, which equals 40%. And the probability of rolling a total of 6 before a 7, by the same logic, is 5 divided by 5 plus 6, or 5 in 11. Okay, we're back at our game, and now I'm going to try to go over the odds bet. So pay attention, this is a little bit hard to explain, but it's actually quite simple. It's like a pass bet, but it has no come out roll, and it pays more than even money if you win. So let's just jump right in and make some odds bets to help to try to explain it. So as I just said, it has no come out roll, therefore it can't be made on a come out roll like right now. So I'm making my pass line bet only, rolling the dice, and here the point is a 6. Now I'm allowed to make an odds bet. And where you actually put an odds bet is right outside the pass line, closer to the edge of the table. And in the case of a 6, I'm allowed to bet up to 5 times the pass line bet. So I'm going to bet the full way on the odds bet, $500. And now this is going to win lock and step with the pass line bet. And let's just roll the dice and hope for another 6. 9, nothing happens. 4, 9, 9, 11, 9. So again, we're waiting for a 6 or a 7 to resolve this bet. And there's our 7, we lost. So let's try again. Pass line bet, the point is a 5. If the point is a 5, I can bet up to 4 times the pass line bet on the odds. So I'm going to bet the full 400. And there we go. We won on the first roll after the come out roll. We got a 5 again, and we won $700. So let me explain that win of $700, where it comes from. The pass line was a $100 bet, so that won 100 because it always pays even money. The odds bet was 400, and if the point is a 5 or a 9, it will pay 3-2 odds if it wins. Why 3-2? Because that's the mathematically fair payout if the point is a 5 or a 9 to have 0 house advantage. And yes, you heard that right. The odds bet has 0 house advantage, making it probably the best bet in any casino. So I bet $400 here on the odds. 3-2 odds means that it won 600. So I won 100 on the pass line, 600 on the odds for a total win of $700. So let's do it again, shall we? Let's put our $100 on the pass line, roll the dice, and we got a 7 and an immediate winner. So let's make another pass line bet. Okay, here the point is an 8. If the point is an 8, on my demo game here and at many casinos, you can bet up to 5 times the pass line bet on the odds. And because there's no house advantage, I'm going to get as much money as I can on this bet. So I've made my odds bet. We're ready to roll. So now we're rolling for an 8. Here we got our 8. So we win. We won $700 again. And let me explain why. The pass line won $100, and the odds bet won $600. Why 600, you might ask? It's because if the point is a 6 or an 8, then if it wins, the odds bet will pay 6-5. So 6-5 odds on a $500 bet is a win of $600. So we won 100 here, 600 here on the odds for a total win of $700. Okay, it's a come out roll, so let's make another pass line bet. And here our point is a 4. And on this demo game, if the point is a 4 or 10, we can back that up with up to 3 times the pass line bet on the odds. So I'm going to bet the full 300 and roll again. So now we're rolling for a total of 4. 5, 5, 10, 6, 8, 7. So we lost. Let's make a new pass line bet of $100. And here our point is another 4. So we're going to keep rolling the dice until we get a 4 or 10. But before we do, we're going to make that odds bet of $300. And why 300? It's because if the point is a 4 or 10, you're allowed to bet $300 or up to 3 times your pass line bet on the odds, at least on this demo game and at most Las Vegas casinos. So now we're rolling for a 4, and we got it. So our win is $700. We won 100 here on the pass line and 600 on the odds. Why 600? We had 300 here, and if the point is a 4 or a 10, then the odds bet will pay 2-1. So 300 times 2 is 600. So we won 100 here, 600 here for a total of 700. So you may have noticed that every time I've won, it's been $700. And that's not a coincidence. I think that they allow this what's called 3, 4, 5 times odds, so it'll be easy on the dealers. So if you max out your odds bet, you're going to win 6 times the pass line bet, no matter what that point was, assuming you make a full odds bet. So that's about all there is to the odds bet. At this point in the video, you should understand how the pass line and the odds bet work. If you don't, I would replay those parts of the video. These bets are hard to explain, so don't feel badly if you have to watch the video a few times to get it. But at this time, I'm ready to move on and explain the come bet. And I'm going to do this a little bit faster to keep the video short. But briefly, the come bet works just like the pass line bet, except it can be made when it's not a come out roll. So I'm going to make just a little pass line bet to show my emphasis right now is on the come bet. Just out of habit, I'm going to back this up with the full odds, which is 4 times my pass line bet. And I'm going to be making a big come bet. $100 there. So the next roll will work like a come out roll for purposes of this bet here. So let's roll. And we got a 10. So you can see that the game moved this $100 chip over to this area on the table with a 10. That's just what a dealer in a land casino would do. And now I'm going to back this up with the odds, much like on a pass line bet. With a 10, it can be up to 3 times. And at a land casino, you're just going to have to tell the dealer 300 odds on the 10, and he will move it there himself, because you're not allowed to stick your hands in this part of the table in a land casino. And I'm going to make another come bet. And let's roll again. And here I got a 5, so it moved this $100 over here to the 5 on the table to show that for purposes of this come bet, I want a 5. So I'm going to back this up with 400 on the odds. So now on this roll, I want either a 9 here for the pass line bet, or a 5 or a 10. Now I have such a little bet here, I'm not going to really care if it's a 9, but I really want to see a 5 or a 10. And let's just make another come bet. And this is totally optional. You don't have to keep making these. So let's roll. And we got a 10. So my come bet, my previous come bet on the 10 just won, including the odds after that come bet. So I just won $700, 100 from the come bet itself, and 600 from the $300 odds bet after the come bet that paid 2 to 1. So I hope you understood that. And now what I'm going to do is, this is a new come bet from the previous roll, and I'm going to back that up with a new odds bet and make another come bet. 11. So that come bet just won, because on a come out roll, a 7 or 11 wins. So let's make another one. And now I got an 8. So that $100 got moved up here to the 8. I'm going to back that up with the full 500 on the odds. So now I would like to see either a 5, an 8, or a 10 to win the big money. So now I've got $1,505 on the table. So now, shall we say, I'm more excited. There are more numbers that I can win on. However, if I roll a 7, everything on this table is going to lose. So that's why 7s are really, really bad in craps, because not only do they cause all these other bets to lose, but other ones as well that I will explain in another video. And let's make another come bet. $100, roll the dice, and we got an 8. So that come bet just won, and I just won $700 for 100 from the come bet itself and 600 from the odds. So let's back that up with the odds. Odds bets are great. You always want to make them because they have no house advantage, unless you're uncomfortable betting that much money. So let's make a new come bet, $100. Here we go, a 10. So that old come bet won, including the odds. Again, a win of $700. And I'm going to back up this latest come bet with the odds here, 300 in this case, and let's make a new come bet. So right now, in case you're wondering, I've got $1,605 on the table, and I would like to see a 5, an 8, or a 10. And we just got an 8, so we just won another $700. And as long as I keep doing this strategy of making a come bet every time I roll a previous point, I'm going to win $700. So following this strategy, you tend to win a lot of money on a nice long run, but a 7 is going to ruin everything and cause all this to lose. So let's back up that 8 with 500 on the odds and make a new come bet. So 8, we just won another $700, and let's back that up with 500 on the odds and make a new come bet. And we just got a 7, everything lost, but we had a nice run there. We won a fair bit of money. So there you go. I hope that explains the come bet. I know I went through it a little bit fast, but please go over to the actual craps demo game at Wizard of Odds. You can go to either the craps section and find it there, or from the main page, go to the games section and look for the craps game there. And have fun playing. And as you play, make sure you understand why you're winning, what you're winning. And when you get to a land casino, you will understand the basic bets, knowing just the pass that come and the odds after those, and you will have a good understanding of the game. And you won't need to know all these other bets. However, I will be explaining them in a future video. So thanks for watching, guys. That was my lesson on craps, and hope to see you in another video. Bye, YouTube.